Tina from ThroneMag.com, and I'm here with Mike from The Devil Wears Prada.
Hello.
Let's see, do you have any advice for people that are trying to form their own bands?
What I'd like to tell any band out there trying to get things started is really evaluate what you're trying to do. I think a lot of with the bands that are popular nowadays, I think a lot of younger musicians see bands and think more about a look than the sound. And I think people really need to keep in mind that being in a band and making music isn't about making a MySpace profile. It should be about expressing yourself and writing whatever kind of music you want to write, whether it's like just chill, or if it's heavy, or if it's chaotic. You need to focus on that, and that's what music is expressing yourself and proving whatever you want to prove, And I think a lot of people really get too caught up in like wanting to be in a band because you want to be looked up to, or make money, and it's whether you become successful or not. I think when it comes down to it, you aren't successful if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And I'm not trying to tell people to be like, you have to stand by something. Your band needs to mean something, because it doesn't. But you need to keep in mind that there's much greater things than just trying to work for yourself, And I think a lot of people need to keep that in mind just right off the bat with music. But as far as playing in a band, I think a lot of people need to play shows. And too much of it has come down to we really were able to ride MySpace as MySpace was getting more popular. It was like we were like on the top of the silly charts or whatever, and that really helped us out. But at the same time, we played shows every weekend, and we never played like Dayton. It was Dayton, Kentucky, or Michigan, Kentucky, Indiana, and it's just trying to work outside of your realm. And I think bands need to keep that in mind. And we had our tour, we had our summer where we were in a van with not making any money. So bands need to do that, and it's awesome if you can get picked up off by a label just like that, but don't rely on MySpace for that, Play shows outside your area, get a good recording, be professional. If you're playing a show with some good bands or a bigger show, don't act like an idiot and like just have everything set up properly, it's not a joke. So, I don't know, I'd say just things like that are something that local bands need to keep in mind, and I think it really helped with our playing more shows and being at where we're at today was keeping things in mind, like just always trying to be professional about things as much as we could.
Yeah. Can you give any insight into how you get the names for your songs, like HTML rules, dude? Like, where does this all come from?
A lot of it is nerdy stuff, obviously with HTML, but most of it is just whatever we want to make up. And
do you play World of Warcraft? Sorry.
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
Andy used to, Jeremy and Chris used to. Dan still plays like 18 hours a day.
Do you know if he's Horde or Alliance?
I think he's Horde. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, so it's generally nerdness and inside jokes, or like the new record we named songs after like our crew, like Robert and like our drum tech or guitar tech and stuff. And when we first started playing shows, we just played songs, and that's what it was about. And then when it came time to record, it was like, well, we need to name these songs something. So we just made up random stuff because we have a message that we take very seriously, but we're still childish, and we can't be serious about everything.
You guys play a lot of shows. When was the last time you actually went to a show, and who was it?
Man, that's a tough one. I almost went to the show before I left. Since coming to Chicago, I feel like every time I find a show I want to go to, I leave right before it or whatever. Man. Back in Ohio, I was going to some like indie shows with my girlfriend and seeing my friend's band Minutes was playing shows, and I'd go to those. But it's been a long time since. Well, I went to Taste of Chaos early 2009 when we weren't playing it. It's been a while. feel like the only time I ever go to shows is if we're playing them, or if it's like just some smaller bands, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's some coming through Chicago I have to go to, but if I'm home.
Yeah. On A Day to Remember's last album, Homesick, you're featured in their song "I'm Made of Wax, Larry. What Are You Made Of?" How did that all happen?
A Day to Remember are really close friends of ours. We toured with them in 2007, I think, was our first time meeting, and it was like right off the bat we were just getting along really well. And we're totally different, but at the same time, like each member of their band kind of matches up with a member of our band, and I don't know, we've always got along really well, and we've done a number of tours, from that tour to Silverstein, US, to the first time we did UK, Warped Tour 2008 to Warped Tour 2009, Sweet Bragg Tour. Like we played with the Day to Remember a lot, and it's always been something where we get along really well too. And Chris produced their album, or co-produced it, and so musically we do have a little bit of, we have some similarities, even though it's not on the surface, you know, as far as like Chris writing for both bands. He doesn't really write for them. He wrote a bit of their parts and stuff, but it's got some similarities. And Jeremy was supposed to be on our record, but it fell through because he was doing this European tour. But it's just close friends, you know, and it was awesome getting to be on their record because it's a good album, and they're awesome friends. So hopefully definitely next time, if he's not on tour, we'll have to get him in and have him on because he's the sickest.